know.
Very disheartening, Howie. But we'll recover. We got about what 5 6 days because the Wildcats will likely play on Thursday in Salt Lake City, and against if we imagine it'll be another 2:15 matchup. So they better be ready to play because if not, there's one game left in the season, and we definitely hope that that's not the case. Howie, we appreciate your call. Thank you very much. We'll talk to you next time. Let's grab Robert here. Robert, you're on the Meridian Wealth Management postgame show, Wildcats Radio 1290.
Yeah, you guys, I agree with Howie's. These guys are soft. And my question is, Tommy Lloyd is, I don't think he's a great coach. I think he's above average coach. Why in the heck can't he figure out how to beat a zone defense and how to beat this stuff? It's the same thing with Sean Miller. It's the same thing with this guy. They throw a zone defense, and our guys, all we do is pass the ball out at the top of the key, like 30 feet from the basket. Nobody's driving to the hoop. And when they're going in, these guys that are shorter, like KJ Lewis had that shot block towards the end of the game, why don't they fake going up, get the defender in the air, and then go up and draw the foul, at least get free throws? All these fouls, these guys are all going straight up against the guy that's bigger than them, what's his name, the center from Oregon. All they have to do is wait for the guys to go up and shoot. They don't fake. What about the pump fake when you go up? I mean, not the pump would go up, get the guy in the air and draw free throws.
I think
They don't do that.
I think they got spooked by the 7 blocks.
Well, yeah, because, I mean, you go in there. If I go in against a 7-footer, he's going to block my shot every time. I'm 5'7". Well, you try to get him up in the air like you see guys doing, except the U of A, all they do is go straight up in the air with the ball. The guy's right there going to. Why don't they get them off their feet and then go into them and at least get free throws out of that stuff? It's ridiculous. It's time after time, the same thing. And is Pella Larson? Does he realize what color our uniforms are? The last 3 games, the guy has some of the dumbest passes in the world. Can't hang on to the ball. He has these passes like, I don't know if he's reading that he's going to the NBA already, but his game's going downhill really quick the last 3 games.
Can I ask you a question real quick?
Sure.
So I've been here about 10 years, and you've called in 30 times, but I don't think I've ever heard you call in after a win.
Well, yeah. I mean, I don't call in very often because I don't, I listen to you guys sometimes when I, go to bed because you guys have late games. But yeah, I don't. It's our losses. The team is so predictable from the outset of a game when they're going to lose. It's the same thing over and over again. And even I was driving home and I was listening to Brian Jeffries, and I don't know who the coach on the radio, the other guy. Yeah, he kept saying, why don't they shoot the ball when they're getting in front of the basket instead of trying to turn around and pass out these passes to the 3-point shooters? He says they're right 6-7 feet away from the basket. Why are we doing that? I mean, I see all the college players doing that. It's like you got to turn around and, you're 5 feet from the basket, and you turn around instead of putting a floater up or shoot the ball off the backboard or something. We turn around and whip it out to a 3-point shooter who shoots a brick. It's like, well, what is the point in that? I don't understand that type of offense there. It's like,
I would like to see that shot. I would like to see that floater in that little pull up because I said it before the game. That gives your bigs, they give your guys a chance to offensive rebound and put back. I mean, I have to look at it. I don't know how many putback points that we had, but they killed us in the paint points, and I know that's because we didn't get many rebound putbacks because of the long shots. So you definitely want to get in that lane and get some easier shots. But I think a big fella named Dante, kind of had us a little nervous there, and they had a few more guys with some length in there as well. So had you.
But don't we have a big guy named Ballo to get in there? And what is Keyshawn Johnson's role on this team besides the guy is, to me, he's spastic out on the court at best. The guy, I don't really see that he does a whole lot of anything, to be honest with you. I don't see what Keyshawn Johnson brings to this team.
I
don't understand. What's his role?
Well, I'll be honest with you. I think sometimes you just look for what is your offensive role because that's usually what your people are talking about. I think his role was he's one of the guys that brought some of the defense back with some of the toughness. Now, in losses, you can see the weaknesses of guys. Maybe Keyshawn didn't score in this game much, but again, he went 1 for 3. I thought that the last game he went 4 for 5 for 3 on these guys and actually had a great game. Yeah. But in this game right here, man, he just missed a couple threes right there, and which again, he's a guy that I feel like if some rebound putbacks, some hustle plays to get some dunks in the fast break. But Oregon just did a great job, man. We had 12 points in fast breaks. Today, they just did a great job taking away the fast break, taking away the easy buckets, made it a dirty game.
Yeah, it was tough. And I have a question for you, Calvin. Why are you so high on Boswell? I think the guy's average at best. You keep saying about his confidence earlier when I called in one time. You kept saying the guy's not that good, and I don't see why Tommy Lloyd continues to start him. Why doesn't he try something different, get something other momentum going with KJ or Bradley starting? I mean, I don't understand that. Boswell, to me, has had maybe 40% good games this year. In other games, he's average, and a lot of times, there's several games he's been well below average. What I think to me, Tommy Lloyd's too loyal to him. Why?
Well, I personally think the potential is there. I've seen a lot in his potential, and as you saw in the games when he played well, Arizona is rolling. You're just talking about a sophomore, man. You're just talking about an 18-year-old sophomore. I think it's great that the coach actually believed in him, because I think that belief helped shape the team and gave the other guys on the bench a chance to grow themselves and then rush them into the starting lineup, and maybe we wouldn't get nothing, out of those guys. But yeah, Boswell has been tough on him, man. I mean, he's had some tough shot selection, and he hadn't got a lot of easy shots set up for him. But with that being said, man, it's still a successful team. It just you just get caught a few times there.
Yeah, that number, who's the Morauskas? Is that his name? Or what's the guy that
Paulius
number 53?
Morauskas.
Why doesn't he play more? That kid can shoot, and he can play, and he's big. Why? I wonder why Tommy Lloyd hasn't played him more and gotten him more playing time.
Doesn't trust him enough defensively. Hey, we appreciate your call, brother. Thank you so much. Maybe we'll talk to you after a win next time.
Thank you.
Thanks, Robert.
520-848-1290. We'll get a break in, come back, have much more. We went into the locker room. We chatted with Caleb Love, Colin Boswell. We're working on the Keyshawn Johnson interview here. The sound audio was a little bit low, so I'm trying to see if I can work on that. We'll also go into the interview room and hear from Coach Tommy Lloyd, as well as Pella Larson and Jaden Bradley after a 67-59 loss to the Oregon Ducks here at the Pac-12 tournament. It's the Meridian Wealth Management postgame show. You're listening to Wildcats Radio 1290.
This is the Meridian Wealth Management postgame show on the home of Arizona men's basketball. Wildcats Radio 1290.
Tired of dry, itchy skin? Have mineral buildup at every faucet. Ram Plumbing's affordable, green, eco-friendly water softener and alkalized purification systems are built right here in our great state of Arizona and use a fraction of the wastewater as their competitors. Want soft water, non-chlorinated, or the best alkalized drinking water? You can trust Ram Plumbing to be your one-stop shop. Ask about their Water Taste Challenge. 40th year anniversary savings, up to $500 off water systems and $40 off any service. If your plumbing's in trouble, call Ram on the double.
At Standard Restaurant Supply, their vision and number one goal is to improve the lives of their customers and clients by providing a better culinary experience. Standard Restaurant Supply, if it's in a restaurant and not food, they have it. Open to the public, no membership fees, and they offer bulk store pricing without the bulk store purchase. Open Monday through Saturday at 601 South Cherry Avenue or call 885-2345. Standard Restaurant Supply is a proud sponsor of the U of A Radio Sports broadcast.
Cantina nachos, strawberry watermelon margaritas, a few zombie kills, and all your favorite sports teams live? When your day calls for some winning, it's time for Dave & Buster's, where you can eat, drink, play, and watch all the sports you want. They've got massive HD TVs, hundreds of the hottest new games, a chef-crafted menu, and an incredible list of beers, wines, and cocktails. So remember, if your day calls for a little victory, a little triumph, a little win, it's probably calling for Dave & Buster's.
As Arizona's leading personal injury law firm for more than 30 years, Goldberg and Osborne agrees. Bear down, Arizona, with offices statewide, including 5 in Tucson and Southern Arizona. The Eagle gives you home court advantage. More than 1,800 5-star Google reviews prove Goldberg and Osborne makes the right play in any situation. So, after any accident, let the attorneys voted best personal injury law firm get you the settlement you deserve. It's a slam dunk. Goldberg and Osborne, 1-800-THE EAGLE.
You want to protect her. You'll give anything to make sure nothing harms her. Every minute together makes unforgettable memories. Except that time you parked her under that tree and...
Oh, come on, man. Really?
Sorry, we'll never speak of it again. But remember who came to her rescue? Recon Auto Detailing. Arizona's premier auto detailing company comes directly to you. We'll make your masterpiece shine like it should, and with a monthly maintenance package, we'll keep it that way. Recon Auto Detailing. Online at recondetail.com.
Think of waking up with energy, standing tall and feeling free. Think First Chiropractic, good health is to enjoy.
First Chiropractic offers military discounts to retired and disabled veterans, and they now accept patients with access insurance. For more information and to find the location nearest you, visit firstchiro.com, the most trusted name in chiropractic care.
First Chiropractic, good health is to enjoy.
The Window Depot has everything you need to create the kitchen or bathroom of your dreams. Browse the aisles of in-stock cabinets available in a variety of sizes and configurations and instantly elevate your space today. Visit a showroom and let our experts guide you. Whether you're choosing from ready-to-go designs or creating a custom masterpiece, we can help you select the perfect wood type, color, and style, and top it off with unique hardware to complete your look. Find a location near you at thewindowdepot.com. The Window Depot, more than a window store.
Does it feel like the price of everything is going up, up, up? We can't control the price of gas or groceries, but at Royal Buick GMC, we never add market adjustments, even while other dealers add fees because inventory is limited. At Royal Buick GMC, you can rest assured you won't pay market adjustments, and we stand by our transparent online pricing. Royal Buick GMC, the dealership that's different. OAC plus tax, title, license, dealer installed options, and $529 doc fee. Royal Buick GMC, in the Auto Mall and at RoyalTucson.com.
Coach Tommy Lloyd here. When I need a winning strategy for my team, nothing beats knowledge and skill. That's why I recommend Right Way Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing for all your home service needs. Having personally witnessed the impact of hard work and dedication, Right Way brings the same commitment to your home's comfort. Whether it's HVAC, plumbing, or electrical, their team always delivers excellence. With a legacy of quality service since 1959, you know you're in good hands. So give your home the best. Choose Right Way Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing.
Call or text 520-640-CATS or visit rightwayac.com.
Caruso's, a Tucson tradition since 1938, located on historic 4th Avenue. For 4 generations, Caruso's handmade sauce has been prepared with love by a family member, using only the best ingredients. Enjoy specialty Italian dishes like lasagna al forno, chicken tetrazzini, real Italian sausages, spectacular pizza, as well as many vegetarian options. Caruso's offers outdoor dining on their garden patio with indoor dining also available. Open Tuesday through Sunday, with all your favorites available for takeout. For more information, call 520-624-5765 or visit their website at carusositalian.com.
Do you often worry you left the garage door open? With a LiftMaster garage door opener powered by MyQ, you'll never worry again. You can control, secure, and monitor your garage from your smartphone anytime from anywhere through the MyQ app. As an authorized LiftMaster dealer, we have smart openers designed for your needs, including belt drive motors for ultra-quiet operation, integrated camera for live video streaming, and battery backup that lets you in when the power is out.
Kaiser Garage Doors and Gates is your authorized local LiftMaster dealer. Visit KaiserDoor.com for more information.
The Meridian Wealth Management Postgame Show continues on the home of Arizona men's basketball. Wildcats Radio 1290.
Pella, fire it right. Love passed up the 3. Off to Johnson. Down the lane and slam it home. And I do mean slam it home.
Yeah, that was one of the few highlights of this game in the second half. That dunk by Keyshawn Johnson. 8 points for Keyshawn, 3 of 7 from the field, 1 of 3 from the three-point line, 1 of 3 from the line, 8 points, 3 rebounds, 3 assists, 1 block, 2 steals in 36 minutes. Arizona, though, loses by a score of 67-59 to the Oregon Ducks, and the Ducks are moving on to the Pac-12 Tournament Championship game, which will be Saturday night here in Las Vegas at around 6 p.m. 6 p.m. 520-848-1290, 520-848-1290 is the number for you to get in on the program. You can call us at that number. You can text us at that number. Sue Alexander is one of our great women's basketball fans, but she checks in on our YouTube. She's watching the show on YouTube and says, pack it up, come home, transfers don't care what uniforms they wear. Okie doke. That is Sue Alexander. Sue, we appreciate you for checking in, and we'll wait to see where both our Arizona men's and women's basketball teams are headed here coming up for the tournament, which we'll find all that out on Sunday. And we're going to have a selection show special for you Sunday. Nothing elaborate, but we will be live at the viewing party for the Arizona men's basketball team. That'll be on Sunday from 3 to 3:50. Now that the Wildcats have lost, we'll tell you about some programming. We're going to be redirecting pretty quickly into Arizona baseball with the Wildcats taking on the Arizona State Sun Devils this weekend in the Territorial Cup Series at home. So we'll give you more up-to-date, more information on that. Kevin Ginkel threw out the first pitch, or was scheduled to. I believe they are playing tonight in Tucson, although the weather's not great down there as either. I'll check and make sure where we are in that ball game. But
it says bottom of the 7th, tied 1-1.
Okay, 1-1. Thank you very much, J.W. Madden, with that. So Kevin Ginkel threw out the first pitch tonight for Arizona State. So we will be carrying those two games tomorrow night and Sunday right here on Wildcats Radio 1290. We'll have additional information on that before we get out of here tonight. Few more things, just kind of takeaways for me from that ball game. I talked about one of the things I wanted to see, and kind of getting a little bit into one of my keys was Mo Krivas. I thought Mo was really strong in his first segment in the first half. Came out, played with a lot of energy, got a couple of looks, was able to score the basketball. I think he even had a block in that first segment of time he played. But then the second segment was not all that pretty by Mo Krivas. He got blocked twice. He got lost on a layup defensively. And so it continues to kind of be an up and down thing for Mo Krivas when he's out there for the Arizona Wildcats this season. So that was another takeaway that I had from this ball game. The other thing, just again, from the defensive standpoint, I thought the Cats, again, continued to really defend the baseline well. Took away a lot of attempts early by Oregon to try to get layups at the rim, and the Cats just, for lack of a better term, we've been calling the other teams handsy. I thought they were really handsy defensively, guys, in that first half, getting a lot of nice steals down on the baseline.
Yeah, man, they was locking up. I mean, 23 points for Oregon. I mean, they did lose Dante for a while there, but 23 points, that's lockdown D. You needed some of that in the second half. If you could have held them to 23 in that second half, you get a dub. So it's not always about the offense. It's again, you have to figure out a way to get back to those shooters on the three-point line. Shellestad knocked down a few threes there. You had to force him into some twos there. Yeah, you had to take that away. And he did hit a mid-range two there. But I'd rather him hit that than to continue to knock down threes. And the same for Kuznar. I mean, you saw him go off here in Tucson. You know he's a scorer. You can't let him knock down 4 threes. I don't care that he did take 8, but you still can't let him knock those down. You have to be on those guys when you know that's what they do. But I was gonna say this about Love. Both of Love assists were for big dunks. Mm-hmm. That other one you had just mentioned earlier, that was the pass to Keyshawn when he was cutting in the lane. So I thought in the beginning when I saw him make a couple of those passes, I was hoping that he did more of that, because sometimes when your shot isn't going and the defense is playing you hard, it opens up your guys for different cuts and different things like that. So I'm sure they're going to go back and look at the tape and look at some of those things and see, other places where you can figure out a way to get the dub.
520-848-1290 is the number to get in on the program. Let's talk to Gabriel. You're on the Meridian Wealth Management Postgame Show, Wildcats Radio 1290.
Hey, you guys. I hope you guys are doing okay because what just happened a few hours ago. I have a lot of frustrating I'm really frustrated right now. This Arizona team is so inconsistent. Arizona wakes up for games that like USC, UCLA, so on and so forth, and then most times Arizona doesn't wake up. This team is so inconsistent. Tommy Lloyd is just loyal to a couple players, mainly Kylan Boswell. Kylan Boswell doesn't do anything, just basically just up every single three and doesn't make it. So I'm just really frustrated, like the lack of consistency that Arizona has. Arizona dominated Oregon and Eugene in Tucson, but they can't win it in the last year of the Pac-12 tournament. I don't know, you guys. I'm just really frustrated right now. So I don't know. I'm just left speechless right now.
It sounds like it, Gabriel. It sounds like it. What do you want to see? What do you think? What do you think, Kylan Boswell? You said he doesn't offer anything. What do you think you need to see from him, or how they need to get him going?
I don't know what is going on with him. I hope he's okay in the head, but if he's just doubting himself, we can't have that. We need to have players go put the ball in the basket, try to get an open shot and put in the basket. Arizona needs to have a player just like TJ McConnell. They need to have a leader. They need to have a floor general. Otherwise, I don't know what to say. We're probably going to have another early XL of this season. This just Arizona. Tommy Lloyd needs to coach these players hard. If those players are not doing their job, they are not being consistently scoring points, then they need to be riding the bench.
There is
I'm sorry for being a jerk, but
if these are your thoughts, these are your thoughts, Gabe. Not being a jerk. These are your thoughts, obviously.
And Gabriel, there's a big reason why TJ, your memory is like that, is because TJ started here during his senior year, right? Because he played 2 years at Duquesne, right? And then he came and transferred, had to sit out for a year. So it would have been his senior year, was his junior year here after sitting out that year. So he was 21. And clearly a different player, but that's the one thing. You look at this team and they check every single box. They got senior leadership. They got a dominant center inside. They got a great scoring guard. The one box they don't check is upperclassman lead guard, Kelvin. So you're talking about Boswell being an 18-year-old sophomore, Bradley off the bench. Both those guys at times this year have been great. And the way that teams consistently run good offense, Kelvin, is when you got experience at that lead guard.
Yeah, no, exactly, and it's tough. Like you said, it's tough seeing Boswell struggle like that. And I do agree with Coach sticking with him because I think that by sticking with him, it gave, as I said before, it gave some of these other guys. Because I didn't think Bradley, if you would have watched Bradley early in the year, he wasn't ready to take over that spot. And I think Boswell was holding it down just enough, but. More so, I look at the seniors, Caleb Love. You look at the game; it's an 8-point game, and you expect Caleb to be able to make enough plays, Larson to be able to make enough plays. I look at those guys before I look at the young guy, Keyshawn Johnson. Need to crash the boards more. Only 3 rebounds a day. To me, that was a little bit more disappointing for me for a guy like Keyshawn. I look at those hustle stats. And that's where you look to see where other things could have been done to win the game.
Yeah, Pella's the one kind of forgotten guy. We haven't really put much at his feet. He has 12 turnovers in the last 3 games. Now I love. I'm the biggest Pella Larson bandwagon fan that there is. And like Kelvin said right there, in a game like this, when you see the lead slip away, you got 6-minute stretch or you're not scoring. It's those leaders like that you expect to make sound decisions, be obviously protect the ball, not have some silly turnovers, but also make things happen, right? Those are the guys you expect, Kelvin, to drive in the lane. And I'm not trying to put any kind of loss at one person's feet. It's a concern. It's an effort for the whole team.
And I'll say this other thing too, J-Dub. I'm sorry for cutting you off, but I'll say this. I was just looking at something. 23-33. When you go into that locker room at half, guys, what are you thinking, Gabriel? What would you be thinking? You was up 33-23. In your mind, you thinking, I got these guys. The Arizona team that's been playing all year, they think they got these guys. Somebody's finna step up. Caleb finna knock down some more shots. Boswell is going to knock down some more shots. And then the other team come and score 44 points. So I just feel like that. I said it before about the last game when guys didn't score that much. I said you have to figure out other ways to win. Well, today was one of those ways that they needed to figure out another way to win when the ball wasn't falling through, and it was with their defense. They did it in the first half. Dante still didn't have a great offensive game. We just let their guards do us the way that I felt like, what was it, Purdue guards did us as well?
Yeah,
it's a few games where guards have scored the ball at a high clip.
Oregon State.
Oregon State, and even Washington State, when, it's just you have to, we're going to have to do a better job at defending these guards if we're going to have a run, because that's all you're going to face going into tournament play.
Like, that's why my key.
Can I please respond after that?
Of course.
If you're up by 10 points, you need to keep your foot on the gas pedal. You need to keep scoring points. I don't know how. I don't know. You just need to keep. You need to keep Oregon at a 100-foot yard difference, or they're gonna come back and win the game, and that's what happened.
Well, I think they were trying to score. I think they were trying to score, but again, I felt like when you see 33-23, of course, the ball is going to start falling at some point for Oregon. They were all out of sorts because Dante wasn't in for that time and trying to figure it out. Now, I was a little wary when we didn't stretch it out in that first half, because with them being out of sorts, you would have thought that would have gave us a little bit more room to score there. But I still feel, of course, we didn't score enough in the second half. When your leading scorer only scores 6 points, when your leading scorer only scores 6 points, of course you didn't. He's 13 points under his average. He averaged 19 points. So if he just has a regular day, if he scores 14, we're in the game and have a chance to win. So of course you want to put your foot on their throat. But at the end of the day, man, these games, if it's going to be won with defense, you're going to have to really lock in on defense. You can't allow Shutterstock right there. I mean, no disrespect to Shutterstock, but what else do he do? He shoot threes. So I gotta take that away, and I guarantee you that's something that they're going to go back and look at. Of course, there's things they're going to have to figure out on offense. Of course, score more points. You have to. I mean, but with that being said, the 23 points that they held them to in the first half, giving up 44 in the second half, is just not what Arizona has been doing this year.
Two more things. I know there are probably a lot of people who want to call. Just Tommy Lloyd needs to keep these guys motivated, keep them pissed off. That's what Tommy Lloyd needs to do. If I was Tommy Lloyd in the second in halftime, I would have all my players and tell them, listen, we need to keep kicking their ass. This is Arizona men's basketball. The only thing that Oregon is good at is football, not in men's basketball. This is our time to beat their ass. Let's go.
All right, Gabe. Appreciate your enthusiasm. Gabe has laid down the gauntlet for Arizona basketball. I mean, he just laid it down there, what he wants to see from this team going in to the NCAA tournament. I love it, Gabe. Thank you very much for calling. 520-848-1290. Let's get a break in. We'll come back, have much more. We'll hear from Caleb Love and Kylan Boswell and Keyshawn Johnson and the folks in the interview room, Tommy Lloyd, Jaden Bradley, and Pella Larson, after a 67-59 loss to the Oregon Ducks in the Pac-12 Conference Tournament semifinals. It's the Meridian Wealth Management postgame show, along with J.W. Madden and Kelvin Ifan. I'm David Kelly. You're listening to Wildcats Radio 1290.
This is the Meridian Wealth Management postgame show on the home of Arizona men's basketball. Wildcats Radio 1290. KCUB Tucson, a Cumulus media station. We have the Arizona Wildcats. Show on the home of Arizona men's basketball. Wildcats Radio 1290.
Dante trying to set a screen. Kuzgard will throw it to Dante. Ball knocked away and stolen. Lewis off to Johnson. Ahead to Larson. He stops. He shoots a three. It's good. Pella Larson drains Alexis of Tucson Charity 3. Timeout, Arizona.
Well, that brought the Wildcats back to within striking distance at the end of the ball game as they were trying to rally down the stretch to see if they could pull out a win. It was 61-57 at that point with 2:40 to go, but in the foul, Dante got a dunk to take it back to 6, and after Jaden Bradley hit a jumper to make it 4 with 1:26 left, the Ducks shot the game out at the foul line to win it 67-59. They advance to the Pac-12 Conference Championship game. They led by 13 points with 5 minutes and 18 seconds to go, and the Wildcats went on a 9-0 run to cut that to 4 on that Larson 3, but could not get all the way back. And their season to this point is now over. They'll await their assignment for the NCAA tournament, where it is expected they will be a 2 seed, likely in the West, headed to Salt Lake City. 520-848-1290 is the number to get in on the program. Let's head back to the phones. We want to hear from you. You can also text us at that number tonight. The show is brought to you by Picture Rocks Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing. We want to thank them for sponsoring our Pac-12 road trip. Ron Arenas and all the great folks over there. Fortunately, it comes to an end a day that we were hoping it to. But don't forget, your family deserves to breathe clean and healthy air. Call Picture Rocks Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing at 520-440-4069. We'll go back to the phones and talk to Doug, who's here in Las Vegas. You're on the Meridian Wealth Management Postgame Show, Wildcats Radio 1290.
Hey, guys. Yeah, I'm still here at T-Mobile. The empty morgue that is T-Mobile tonight, the Colorado and WSU fans are still having fun, but the Arizona fans cleared out, and understandably so. That's a tough one. It's no fun to lose ever. It's no fun to lose in an elimination format, and it's especially no fun to lose when it was the last chance to, I wanted to win that final Pac-12 game ever, and we're not going to be part of it, and that's sad. It's a shame, but what's done is done. I mean, you can't change it. Pretty sure it was a 35-13 run that Oregon had into the start of the second half. 35-13, and I just don't know how that happens with a team as talented as ours. It just kind of snowballs. You get guys that we always say, like, defense turns into offense turns into defense. You make a shot and you play harder on defense, and we weren't making shots, and so then we seemed like we didn't have that juice on defense either, and that's how you flip a game from up 10 to down 12. And, I mean, I hope we can clean it up. It's a little bit alarming because what was that poll that you had, David, on your official X page? I think you said, like, which of the 3 things are you most concerned about going into Vegas? I'm going to answer the question for you.
Shooting slumps, zone offense, 3-point defense, and other.
Okay.
3-point defense ended up being the thing that most people were concerned about. 33% said 3-point defense, 29 shooting slumps, 25 zone offense.
Yeah. And so I just replied and said all of the above. All of the above turned out to be an issue, right? It doesn't mean that's what's going to happen next game, though. I mean, people do have a very short memory, and you're only as good as your last game in people's memories and minds. And I'm just going to laugh at all the haters if we actually do go on a deep run. There was a great tweet that one of the members of the local media in Tucson put out tonight talking about, and maybe you've already mentioned it, but the past 10 national champions and how they fared in their own conference tournament. And I think only one of them won their conference tournament, maybe 2.
Right.
A lot of them lost in their conference quarterfinals or semis or in the finals. And so there's no guaranteed correlation between winning your conference tournament and having success in the big dance. And we've already tried it the first way, right? Past 2 years. And let's try it the other way. Let's try it where we get the extra day of rest. I mean, I was conflicted about the whole thing. I'm just like Lou and Mike Montgomery used to say, why do we already played an 18, now these days it's 20 game schedule to prove who's best. Why do we need the extra few games? It's a lot of fun up here. I mean, it's a great event. It has been a great event. But Tommy's right. It's like you tire yourself out. If you play tomorrow night, you get home at 2 a.m, and then you go to, St. Philip's Plaza on Sunday, and you watch Selection Sunday, and next thing you know, it's like Tuesday, you're getting ready to fly to Salt Lake. So this way they get home tonight and sleep in their own beds. That one extra day rest could really be crucial when you talk about getting ready for an NCAA tournament team.
Well, Doug, you know what I like even more about that is that they're going to get a chance to be ticked off. They're going to have to watch some other people play in the Pac-12, even more so than the rest. Even more so than the rest. That they're going to be – you should be ticked off watching another team play in the championship game, in a game that you feel like you should have been able to win, a team that you basically dominated twice on the year, and you lose that third game right there, and you're not playing in that game. So I think more than anything, having to watch other teams play while you're sitting at home and realizing that the next time we lose is over. So usually I think if it was me and my boys, we would have a little call, team meeting, just the guys, just get together and just talk about like, hey man, it's our last time, man. Let's make sure we don't have that taste in our mouth and that feeling of what we felt in that Oregon game, because that ain't the way you want to go out.
Agreed. Yeah, agreed. And also, there's a lot of guys that are still on this team from last year, and I know they learned lessons from that first round game last year. And then you've got 3 guys that have played in a national championship game. All right. I mean, Ballo maybe didn't play, but Gonzaga was in the national championship game, and then North Carolina, and then at San Diego State last year. So you got 3 different guys in Ballo, Caleb, and Keyshawn that have won 5 games in the NCAA tournament. So they've got that to draw upon and tell the younger guys and the transfers, what's up with playing in that format. So yeah, it's a whole new ball game. Nothing that happened down here today matters. It won't impact what happens next week. It's a clean slate. And the seeding doesn't even matter. What matters is you bring it. You bring it and you punch back. When teams punch you, you got to punch back. I didn't feel like we punched back tonight. I didn't feel like our fans punched back tonight. You know me, I'm always focused on the fans. Let me tell you, oh my God, I'm going to try to keep my mouth clean. But when we were down 6, 7, 8, 9, we're slipping away, our crowd sat on their hands. We got 12,000 people up here, and they're sitting on their hands, and I can't stand it. When there's 6 minutes left, 5 minutes left, have they never watched a basketball game and seen that you can come back from that? So it just annoys me to no end. But hopefully the guys aren't that way. I don't see it as a lack of effort. I just see it as execution. And I've said it year after year. Making baskets is the ultimate decider of the outcome of a basketball game. We didn't make shots; they made shots. I mean, at the end of the day, that's kind of what it's about.
Real quick, Doug, I'll give you 2 reasons why postseason tournaments probably going to stick around. Number 1 is Oregon, and number 2 is USC. And what I mean by that is, let's say hypothetically, Keyshawn goes down in Game 5 and misses 12 games, and Ballo goes down in Game 15 and he misses 10 games, and Arizona's record this year is 14 losses. But you know what kind of roster they got, and you know what kind of potential they got. And they don't get healthy till the very end. I think it's important, and obviously this started way, way back. The ACC back in the day used to have a crazy postseason tournament because they didn't have automatic bids back then, and that's when this postseason thing really got going. But I think in today's modern...
the old Big East, too. Yeah.
Big East, yeah. But in today's modern game, I think it's important that you give an opportunity for those teams that either struggled through any kind of injury issues or cohesion issues that put it together at the right time. Because, I mean, how many times has Connecticut won their conference this year for the first time in 20 years. 20 years. Right? They got 5 national championships since then. Like, they don't win their conference. They just get hot at the right time. So...
Yeah, that was USC's story this year. USC got healthy, and they had a chance to make a run. They didn't do it,
exactly,
but they had a chance to make a run. Yeah,
that's a team that had they been healthy all year long, I have no doubt they would have been an NCAA tournament team. And they got all the pieces. They just never had a chance to get it all together at the same time. So, I think for teams like Arizona that win the conference championship, going away, there's really no. There's obviously the pride and to be able to hang a banner and all those things you just talked about. But it's for those teams that don't have that opportunity to stay healthy all year long, to give them that last chance to make a splash. And even, who knows, Kemba, I mean, how many teams, I think they had 14 losses the year that Kemba went, what was it, like 14-0? Because they had to play on the first day of the Big East tournament.
It was that other guy a few years later. I forget his name now. The other guard, where they were a 7 seed and they ran it. They ran all the way to the championship.
And those are the stories
forgetting
we
the
love.
guard's name, but yeah.
We love the Cinderellas.
Well,
we love the
speak for
small
yourself.
schools, the Wichita States and so forth. But it's really those bigger schools that struggled on the year that have 11, 12 losses that make it to the Final Four that people really get behind. So I think that's the biggest reason why you got postseason tournaments.
And
my last thought, just real quick. Oh, well, go ahead. Sorry. Yes.
I just want to say, and me personally, man, I'm a fan like how you a fan of the teams. I'm a Cowboy fan, so I'm a Maverick fan way before Jason Terry got there. So they let you know I went through some terrible years with was that Derek Harper and and all them. And what I'm saying is, I love the loyalty that you have and how you get up. And I've been playing in the games and see it, and that energy that you have just from a former player that heard guys like you cheering. We really appreciate that. Of course, you hear it when you lose, you expect that. But we really appreciate the fans that still try. When things ain't going well.
You know how many clean Dodger hats there are?
Thank you. It means a lot. That means a lot. Thank you.
Brand new Dodger hats there are out there right now. A bunch, because Shohei just got there. So of course there's a bunch of people just piling that bandwagon. But those people have been fans for 30, 50 years, Kelvin. Doug, like that idea of sticking with it through their highs and lows. That's when it means the most.
Oh, how about the Cavs? Cavs were one of the sorest organizations in the NBA forever, and then LeBron wins the title there, and suddenly you see it all over the place, right?
There you go.
I know you got to run. I just want to say one last thing in regards to Gabriel's point. Nobody is consistent. He said Arizona's not consistent. No one is consistent. It's college sports. You have ups and downs. I mean, Purdue, Connecticut, and Houston, they've been pretty consistent this year, but still, over the course of time, I mean, you can't expect your team to just be infallible. It's just not realistic. So we just hope that we get hot at the right time.
Appreciate it, Doug. Thank you.
Bear down.
Talk to you next week. Bear down.
All right, that's Doug in Tucson. Let's hand out an award or two, why don't we? It is the Window Depot Glass Cleaner of the Game. Guys, thoughts on that tonight?
I mean, Ballo got a double-double, right?
Yeah, he did. 18 now in the season.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that was what I was thinking as well. Umar Ballo is your Window Depot Glass Cleaner of the Game. Window Depot, lowest prices, biggest inventory. Shop thewindowdepot.com.
Go ahead. Tennessee lost to 12-loss Mississippi State, 73-56 today.
There you go.
So, to Doug's point, and anybody out there listening who hasn't been paying attention, the portal and the NIL era, guys, is led to more inconsistency than there ever has been. There is no dominant team in college basketball. Zach Edey is dominant, right? I mean, Connecticut's put it together pretty good, but there is no who's the favorite, right? And that's what everybody's been asking for the last couple of months. So everybody's sad that Arizona didn't win the final Pac-12 championship. And, I mean, if you're putting it at the feet of this program as being the inconsistent program, there's a lot of talent out there, Kelvin, across the country. A lot of teams that are stacked 1 through 7, 1 through 8 have the ability to cut the nets down in a couple of months, in next month. But, the consistency isn't there because these guys haven't played together for the 3-4 years that we used to see back in the day.
All right, let's get a break in here. We'll come back. We'll hear from Caleb Love and some of the players after the ball game. It's the Meridian Wealth Management postgame show on Wildcats Radio 1290.
This hour of the Meridian Wealth Management postgame show is brought to you by Advanced Auto Care, Crest Insurance Group, Desert Diamond Casinos, First Chiropractic, Frog in Firkin, Kaiser Garage Doors and Gates, Picture Rocks Cooling, Heating and Plumbing, the Polston Results Team with Keller Williams, Southern Arizona, Royal GMC Buick and Cadillac, Royal Kia, Royal Jaguar Land Rover, the Window Depot, Blue Whale Car Wash, Caruso's Italian Restaurant, Cool Willie's Air and Plumbing, The Diamond Store, Goldberg and Osborne, Goodfellas AC.
Are you ready to adopt? Come to the Humane Society of Southern Arizona. When you adopt from us, you will save more than one life. You'll also make room for the next pet in need. The Humane Society of Southern Arizona has been compassionately serving pets and the people who love them since 1944. Our knowledgeable adoption matchmakers will help you find the right pet for your home and support you after you adopt. We are open 7 days a week at our main campus at 635 West Roger Road. Learn more and see adoptable pets at hssaz.org.
Southern Arizona Radiology Associates have been dedicated to providing superior images and quality care for the last 35 years. They're the one you trust when you need an X-ray, CT scan, ultrasound, mammogram, or MRI. They have locations in Tucson, Green Valley, and Sierra Vista. Ask your doctor to refer you to Southern Arizona Radiology Associates today. That's Southern Arizona Radiology Associates. Visit their website at sararadiology.com or call 520-335-6849 for more information.
Striving to be the best never grows old, and that's especially true right now during O'Reilly Chevrolet's 100th anniversary celebration. Great customer service is what we've hung our cowboy hat on for more than a century. Even today, we have a new inventory arriving with factory incentives available, and there are great deals to be had. Check them out at O'Reilly.com, call 747-8000, or come to our party on the 23rd to Broadway next to Park Place Mall. Southern Arizona and O'Reilly Chevrolet. Together, let's drive.
O'Reilly Chevrolet. My heat and air work in a state of disrepair.
If there's a hot spot in your house, you may have leaky ductwork. The Department of Energy says 95% of homes do. Those leaks can pull in dirt and humidity. I'm Ron Arenas, the owner of Picture Rocks Cooling. Ask how we can tackle those leaky ducts and keep cool air in and dirt and humidity out with AeroSeal. Call Picture Rocks at 520-440-4069.
Experiencing the Sonoran Desert's natural wonders comes easy at Rockin' K. Nestled at the base of the Rincon Mountain foothills. Enjoy stunning mountain views up close every day. 6 model homes are now open to tour at Del Webb at Rockin' K. Here, life is about more than just beautiful homes. It's about the experiences waiting outside your front door at this new 55-plus active adult neighborhood. LiveRockinK.com. Designed by nature, built for you. Proud U of A radio broadcast sponsor.
Tired of dry, itchy skin? Have mineral buildup at every faucet. Ram Plumbing's affordable, green, eco-friendly water softener and alkalized purification systems are built right here in our great state of Arizona and use a fraction of the wastewater as their competitors. Want soft water, non-chlorinated, or the best alkalized drinking water? You can trust Ram Plumbing to be your one-stop shop. Ask about their Water Taste Challenge. 40th year anniversary savings, up to $500 off water systems and $40 off any service. If your plumbing's in trouble, call Ram on the double.
Make the right choice for your home when it comes to windows and doors. For more than 20 years, the Window Depot has provided the best price and biggest inventory on in-stock windows and doors. The Window Depot is open to the public, so whether you're a homeowner or a contractor, you can shop the enormous warehouse. Browse the shelves with over 1,000 vinyl windows, interior and patio doors, and skylights in several varieties and sizes available to go home today. Shop thewindowdepot.com or find a location near you. The Window Depot. Best price, biggest inventory.
Does it feel like the price of everything is going up, up, up? We can't control the price of gas or groceries, but at Royal Buick GMC, we never add market adjustments, even while other dealers add fees because inventory is limited. At Royal Buick GMC, you can rest assured you won't pay market adjustments, and we stand by our transparent online pricing. Royal Buick GMC, the dealership that's different. OAC plus tax, title, license, dealer installed options, and $529 doc fee. Royal Buick GMC, in the Auto Mall and at RoyalTucson.com.
If you're a do-it-yourselfer looking for quality car parts in Tucson, look no further. Advance Auto Parts has 6 Tucson locations with over 75 years in business. Advance Auto Parts is the largest car parts retailer in the U.S., and customers know they can trust their products, like Die-Hard batteries. Now with free installation, only found at Advance Auto Parts stores. Take advantage of our same-day delivery and pickup. Just visit our website at stores.advanceautoparts.com. And make sure to follow us on Instagram and Facebook. Advance Auto Parts, for all your car repair needs. Now a proud radio sponsor of the University of Arizona Wildcats.
Coach Tommy Lloyd here. When I need a winning strategy for my team, nothing beats knowledge and skill. That's why I recommend Right Way Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing for all your home service needs. Having personally witnessed the impact of hard work and dedication, Right Way brings the same commitment to your home's comfort. Whether it's HVAC, plumbing, or electrical, their team always delivers excellence. With a legacy of quality service since 1959, you know you're in good hands. So give your home the best. Choose Right Way Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing.
Call or text 520-640-CATS or visit rightwayac.com.
Do you often worry you left the garage door open? With a LiftMaster garage door opener powered by MyQ, you'll never worry again. You can control, secure, and monitor your garage from your smartphone anytime from anywhere through the MyQ app. As an authorized LiftMaster dealer, we have smart openers designed for your needs, including belt drive motors for ultra-quiet operation, integrated camera for live video streaming, and battery backup that lets you in when the power is out.
Kaiser Garage Doors and Gates is your authorized local LiftMaster dealer. Visit KaiserDoor.com for more information.
The Meridian Wealth Management Postgame Show continues on the home of Arizona men's basketball. Wildcats Radio 1290.
Tracy drives all the way to the bucket, missed the lane, but Dante there for the follow.
Yeah, Dante once again using that length to get the putback too.
And finally, Dante, big game off the injury front after he went down hard in the first couple of minutes of the game. Finished 5 of 7 from the floor, 14 points, 10 rebounds. 4 blocks, 3 steals. I mean, both the centers, man, if you love a game of big men, both these guys balled out tonight. Umar Bala on the other side was just fabulous. 14 points, 12 rebounds, 5 block shots for him. Umar only got 5 shots, though. Went 5 for 5. Only got 5 shots. Dante, 7. But, of course, he was out for the majority of the first half. He ended up playing 27 minutes. Balo played 31. So Balo just 4 more minutes. Neither one of the big men got a lot of shots, but they both did the most that they could and with the shots they got and performed very well.
The significance of that play was it stopped the 9-0 run.
Yeah.
So that was with 2 minutes and 16 seconds to go to put them up 63-57.
Indeed. Indeed, right there. All right, let's find out if we won any money on this game tonight.
Tucson, what happened with today's best bets? Did the Cats beat the spread? It's time to look at the best bets. Brought to you by Desert Diamond Sportsbook, Arizona's best bet.
All right. Arizona was an 11.5-point favorite in this game. They lose by 8. Kelvin and J-Dub took Oregon and the 11.5 points. That is a winner tonight. DK
Yeah, I thought Arizona would win by 8, but not quite 11.
DK took U of A and laid the number tonight. That's a loser. Over-under on this game was 155. Kelvin and J-Dub went over on that. DK went under, so everybody comes out 1-1 tonight. Again, a second straight game in which the under was the play, and by a wide margin, not even close. 126, and what was it, like 117 or something the other night in the game against, was it 70-49? So 116 in the game against USC?
They flip-flop. So Arizona gets 33 in the first. Oregon gets 44 in the second. That's 77, right? And then Oregon gets 23 in the first and 26 in the second. For Arizona in the second, 51 points. So, yep, there it is.
There's your under. So it's an even night on the board at the Desert Diamond Casino.
Those are today's best bets. They're brought to you by Desert Diamond Sportsbook, Arizona's best bet.
All right, let's hear from Caleb Love. Had a chance to catch up with him after the ball game in the locker room. Wildcats fall to the Oregon Ducks, 67-59.
Caleb, how do you assess what happened out there tonight?
We just didn't come out to play. First half, we held them, low points, but, our offense wasn't really going. So, I got to be better as well. As a leader and as a, vet of this team, I got to be better.
Last 3 games, it's been, you haven't been able to really find your shot. Why is that? What are teams doing out there?
It kind of just making me uncomfortable. Taking me out of rhythm, and it's tough to get going. But I'm well seasoned enough to get it going, and I just gotta find a way.
What's the answer when opponents are really focusing on you? What do you need to do then?
Move without the ball. I just gotta, like I said, just find a way. I gotta do something out there on the floor to impact this team in a positive way.
You didn't show any hesitancy, though. When you came back in the game, you took that shot right away.
Yeah, I wanted to make the shot for the team, but, it just didn't go my way tonight.
Although the shots didn't fall tonight, just seeing the trust your coach had in you in that last second to take that shot and try to cut it, I think it was 3 or 2. How does that make you feel as a player that, even though you went through that struggle, you had that opportunity?
I just shows that he got confidence in me, and I got to have confidence in myself as well. He trusted me. And I love Coach Lloyd for that. But like I said, it just didn't go my way tonight.
Did you notice anything differently defenses were doing in this tournament than maybe the rest of the season?
It's just a zone. I mean, they obviously just trying to slow us down and just take us out of our offense, our regular offense, because we run. So we just got to figure out how to go forward with that.
You've been through this. Into conference tournament, heading into the NCAA. What do you need, or what does the team need to do to get the mindset right going into when it really matters now?
We just got to we got to put this one behind us. We got to watch film, learn from it. We got to stay positive and stay together as a group. And come selection Sunday, we'll figure out who we playing and we'll start preparing.
The zone, is that you think that's one of the reasons you guys are taking a lot of chances with passes? I mean, we've seen the turnover numbers go back up the last few games.
Yeah, we're just too indecisive. I think we're not playing our basketball as far as being aggressive and being aggressive, and we just got to be better with that. We got to be tougher, we got to be stronger, and going forward we'll work on that.
All right, it's Caleb Love after the ball game. Guys, the one thing he kind of said that stood out to me was that maybe he needs to do better. He needs to be better moving without the basketball in those offensive situations there.
Watch Steph.
Yeah, no, that's true. But what I'll say about that is, you're gonna say what you say. When you run plays, DK, you tell the guys where to cut. You tell them where to move and the screens, what routes basically to run. Like in football, you have the routes and whatnot. So that's what you do when you're running plays or whatnot. So, yeah, man, if I got a shooter like Caleb and I know he can shoot that ball like that, man, I'm setting him 1 or 2 or 3 screens with some bigs. I'm making a big, either your big going to have to switch out on him or he's going to get the 3, and my big is going to roll and he got a small guy on him and we can go inside to him. I mean, I know Coach Lloyd and them know all that and know those different plays and different things, but I just think that when your guy isn't moving well, you move him. You see it in the pros all the time. You see it in college basketball, especially in the mid-major teams or whatnot. You see the guys running the plays where they'll run off a screen or 2 and just trying to get the favorable matchups where the guy could get either in a catch and shoot or in a position against someone he can score against.
What's crazy to me is that they never take corner jumpers. So, I'm looking at the shot chart right here. Morauskis, who didn't get in until late, right? He took one. Oh, no, this is the wrong box. But seriously, if you look at box scores, and I'll go find the one for today, but if you look at box scores, that shot, Kelvin, again, especially against that 2-3, when you got action going towards the rim, taking the defender out of that zone, out of that area, it seems to me like that short, corner 3 might be where Caleb could flare out. You get it lost in the shuffle in the paint, and especially against some kind of a matchup or man or whatever, because clearly they're shading extra attention towards him. It's puzzling to me why they don't get more shots from that corner.
520-848-1290 is the number for you to get in on the program. Go ahead, J-Dub.
None today. So looking at the box, looking at the shot chart today, 2 wing jumpers by Pella on both sides and made both, but none from the corner.
That's tough. That's tough right there indeed. Paul from Phoenix checks in on text. Groove says, I'm giving myself 12 hours to be really bothered by this one, but then I'm going to focus on Sunday. This team needs to stop with the brain farts. Sorry to say that word again, but for some reason they just don't seem to protect the ball as if it's the only position in the world or possession in the world. And they have to do that. Looking forward to talking to you guys this coming week. Appreciate it, Paul and Phoenix.
The crazy thing is 14 is not a big number, right? That's an acceptable number of turnovers, but it's the timely nature of it when you're turning the ball over in the midst of a 6-minute stretch where you don't get a bucket, right? If you're not getting any looks, Kelvin, at the rim whatsoever in empty possessions, it's 14 turnovers. You could live with that, but when those turnovers happen, Kelvin, is really what it's all about. And again, it's not really one guy you can look at, and I don't know that I didn't see too many of those that Oregon, other than some blocks, I didn't see. Well, there was one where Caleb threw kind of a lazy cross-court pass that I think it was Shellstad picked out for the dunk. But yeah, I mean, 14, not too bad, but you got to take care of the ball, especially down the stretch of a close game.
And we ain't said anything about the free throws.
Well, yeah, that too.
You know, Ballo did miss 5, and I think that was a part of the reason why we didn't go to him a lot there in the second half, because I think maybe, you know, as a player sometimes, and even as a coach, you don't call that number because you're worried about if the guy's going to knock free throws down, because they basically was going to foul him every time at that point.
Yeah, and, you know, they started, I think they were 9 for 19, something like that. So, I mean, they missed a lot early, knocked him down late, but there was a couple of front ends because they got, you know, Oregon got in the bonus pretty early there. That's the worst, is when you see like an upperclassman, Kelvin, missing the front end of a one-on-one. That's tough. And, yeah, I mean, 18 for that's 64% is not going to cut it. But, yeah, 38% from the field, 26% from 3, 64% from the free throw line, 14 assists, and they got out-rebounded. So there's a lot of reasons why they lost that game today.
All right, let's get a break in here. We'll come back. We'll review our keys to the game and hear some more from the Wildcats after a 67-59 loss to Oregon. If you want to get in, this is your chance. 520-848-1290. It's the Meridian Wealth Management postgame show on Wildcats Radio 1290.
This hour of the Meridian Wealth Management postgame show is brought to you by Humane Society of Southern Arizona, Lexus of Tucson, Nova Home Loans, Recon Auto Detail, Ride Now Power Sports Tucson, Tucson Police Department, Broadway in Tucson, Dave & Buster's Tucson, Dorado Rock, First Choice Pools, The Good Feet Store, Jack Furrier Tire and Auto Care, O'Reilly Chevrolet, Ram Plumbing, Restaurant Supply Store, Right Way Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing, Rocking KA Master Plan Community Design by Nature, University Termite and Pest Control.
Here's an important message from University Termite and Pest Control. The weather is cooler here, and so pests are seeking alternative housing. Do you need a professional? University Termite and Pest Control has been serving Tucson since 1974. You can be assured University Termite and Pest Control will keep you pest-free using the most responsible products and application methods. 28 school districts, 3 hospitals, 2 colleges, 1 university, and thousands of homeowners trust University Termite and Pest Control for the past 50 years. You can too. University Termite and Pest Control. Find us online at bepestfree.com.
Hi, this is Mike Hanley, former president of Bank of Tucson, and I'm thrilled to announce that I have joined the Advisory Business Council of Meridian Wealth Management and Natalie Fernandez-Lee, Meridian's partner and advisor, who I am a great fan of. She has worked with many individuals and businesses in the community for decades. We live in crazy times these days and need the right financial advice, which is so important. If you'd like to talk to Natalie, give her a call at 719-1433 and have a great day.
Advisory services provided by Meridian Wealth Management, a registered investment advisor.
Don't hold back. Just dive right in. This is Desert Diamond. The round-the-clock, off-the-charts, over-the-top spectacle that puts a shine on any day, anytime. The tables are hot to the touch. The slots are spinning winners every day. And the point spreads are yours for the taking. So go ahead. Live the diamond life. Desert Diamond Casino. Visit ddcaz.com.
An enterprise of the Donna Ogden Nation.
This just in, Goodfellas AC is matching up to $2,000 on federal tax credit.
Whoa, seriously? This is unbelievable. I gotta call Floyd at Goodfellas.
Hello, Goodfellas. Floyd speaking.
Is it true about the $2,000?
It sure is. Homeowners like you may qualify for a 30% federal tax credit up to $2,000 on qualifying heat pumps. And Goodfellas will match the tax credit dollar for dollar up to $2,000. Good service, good prices, Goodfellas.
It's a party 100 years in the making, and all of Tucson is invited. Saturday, March 23rd, starting at 11 a.m., we'll kick off our 100-year anniversary party at O'Reilly Chevrolet. Along with a Chevy Classic Car Show, there'll be food trucks, balloon twisters, a caricature artist, and much more. Our cake cutting ceremony will start at 5 p.m., and our prize cutting, well, that's been going on for more than a century. So put it in your cell phone for the 23rd and see us on Broadway next to Park Place Mall, or go to O'Reilly.com for more details. O'Reilly Chevrolet. Together, let's drive.
Desperate buyers have created tremendous opportunity for sellers. If you've had the slightest thought of selling your home, it's time to call Sean Poston with the Poston Results Team at Keller Williams, Southern Arizona. Why choose the Poston Results Team? Past performance, more money in your pocket, over a 65% referral rate, an incredible Poston Results Team staff, and most important, communication, because you and your home matter. The Polson Results Team. When buying and selling really matter, go to TucsonHomeValues.com. That's TucsonHomeValues with an S.com.
Saguaro Harley-Davidson is a pre-owned inventory destination with hundreds of pre-owned Harley-Davidson motorcycles to choose from. Save $2,000, $4,000, or even $6,000 at Saguaro Harley's pre-owned clearance sale. Now through the end of the month, Saguaro is accepting 100% of all credit applications with low financing options available. Take a test ride and receive a free dealer tee. Only at Saguaro Harley-Davidson or online at SaguaroHarley.com. Some restrictions may apply. OAC, see dealer for details.
Broadway in Tucson presents the Rockin' 2023-2024 season featuring 8 blockbuster productions including Disney's Aladdin, The Book of Mormon, Hairspray, and Chicago. Enjoy the Southern Arizona musical premieres of Tina, the Tina Turner Musical, Ain't Too Proud, The Life and Time of the Temptations, MJ the Musical, and Mrs. Doubtfire. Secure your choice season tickets today and get the ultimate in flexibility and the lowest prices all season. Visit BroadwayInTucson.com and secure your season tickets today.
The Window Depot has everything you need to create the kitchen or bathroom of your dreams. Browse the aisles of in-stock cabinets available in a variety of sizes and configurations and instantly elevate your space today. Visit a showroom and let our experts guide you. Whether you're choosing from ready-to-go designs or creating a custom masterpiece, we can help you select the perfect wood type, color, and style, and top it off with unique hardware to complete your look. Find a location near you at thewindowdepot.com. The Window Depot, more than a window store.
Does it feel like the price of everything is going up, up, up? We can't control the price of gas or groceries, but at Royal Buick GMC, we never add market adjustments, even while other dealers add fees because inventory is limited. At Royal Buick GMC, you can rest assured you won't pay market adjustments, and we stand by our transparent online pricing. Royal Buick GMC, the dealership that's different. OAC plus tax, title, license, dealer installed options, and $529 doc fee. Royal Buick GMC in the Auto Mall and at RoyalTucson.com.
Coach Tommy Lloyd here. When I need a winning strategy for my team, nothing beats knowledge and skill. That's why I recommend Right Way Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing for all your home service needs. Having personally witnessed the impact of hard work and dedication, Right Way brings the same commitment to your home's comfort. Whether it's HVAC, plumbing, or electrical, their team always delivers excellence. With a legacy of quality service since 1959, you know you're in good hands. So give your home the best. Choose Right Way Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing.
Call or text 520-640-CATS or visit rightwayac.com.
The Meridian Wealth Management Postgame Show continues on the home of Arizona men's basketball. Wildcats Radio 1290.
Kuznak splits the defense into the lane. Kick it down right for Tracy. Back out to Kuznak. Launches a three. It's good.
KJ Lewis is right in Kuzmar's face, but he's so hot right now, I didn't see him able to knock it down.
20 points for Kuznard.
Yeah, you can't guard him any better than that. I mean, he was on him like a cheap suit with a hand in his face, and he just knocked it down. I mean, there is nothing wrong with that defense right there by KJ Lewis. That was just a great shot by a great player.
We should play a game and see if we can remember all the dudes who we didn't expect. Wells, right, was one of them. Not to say that Kuznard isn't capable, but we weren't expecting that from Shellstad. Certainly, that hot streak anyway. So it seems like there's a guy.
He was your pest and my pest.
No,
so
I understand.
We thought maybe he might be able to. He was capable of that.
I understand, but in the past, he's not been shooting great lately. Let's put it that way. I didn't expect.
He was freshman of the week.
Well, he was 2 for 8 against Utah and 1 for 4 against UCLA in last game out. So again, I just think all I'm saying is it seems like there's a dude on every team, Kelvin, who you maybe don't expect. He's not the first or second name you got on the scout. That tends to get up shots with KJ in his face and knock him down against the Cats, stepping up to that big moment.
All right, let's hear from Kylan Boswell after the game. Kylan 1 for 6, 4 points, 3 assists in the ball game in 28 minutes as the Wildcats fall 67-59 to Oregon.
What was Coach Lloyd's message?
This is a tough game. Hard to beat teams, 3 times.
By a little bit more in the first half, I thought.
I usually don't lost words, but for us, it's next game mentality. This will probably be good fuel to our fire going into March Madness. That's about it.
We lost the first 4 minutes.
What's been hard for you? Just kind of finding your groove. It's like there just doesn't seem to be any catch and shoots available out there these last few games. What defensively is happening that they're taking that away from you?
Honestly, I was just thinking about that. I don't know, but I know for a fact I have to figure out a way to, get myself going to help the team, help spread out defenses, and if I'm not hitting shots, they kind of be more compact. So I don't know whether that's, let it fly more or just be more, confident hunt. But lately, yeah, I'm just trying to, go back to watch film, see what's going on, and then apply it to practices next week.
Is there a realization now that it's go time, it's win time? I mean, there's no a loss now, and season's over.
Yeah, for sure. This is another check for us. We didn't get our second goal that we wanted throughout the season. Now we're going to our third. But yeah, a lot of seniors, a lot of guys have a lot to play for. It's going to be a big deal, but I know all of us will be locked in for it.
What's Tommy's message after the game?
Next game. We didn't get what we wanted out of this tournament, but now a loss sends you home. So you can't dwell on this. Watch the film of this game, move on, positive vibes, and one game at a time.
Thank you.
All right, it's Colin Boswell after the game tonight in the open locker room session, which they have here at the Pac-12 tournament, the NCAA tournament. If it may have sounded like there were two interviews running over each other, but in a lot of those instances, multiple interviews are taking place with guys sitting next to each other. Kylan was sitting next to Pella Larson, so you could hear Pella in the background during his interview. That's why it sounded like there were multiple.
I liked last night when Caleb was on one shoulder and KJ was on the other shoulder of Umar. So both interviews you could hear Umar Bello on both those interviews last night.
Umar Bellows for
Yeah.
sure. So you can definitely hear him bleeding into your interviews if he is in there. And that was great. That was a great story that Bruce Pascoe told earlier about just kind of the interaction he had last in the game after the USC game, and how the guys were just so excited that Jaden Bradley dunked the ball in that game yesterday, and how, because that's not anything that he normally does, and KJ yelled over and said, well, Jaden, why don't you dunk the ball more? And Jaden said, 2 points is 2 points. So you got to love that mentality from the sophomore Jaden Bradley.
They call that the DeRozan mentality.
There you go. Well, he scored a lot of points in basketball. So
well, I just mean
good mentality to have.
I think of him because if you remember him at USC and early, he was very athletic and he could get up and dunk on fools. But he stopped that, Kelvin. It's at some point. Last time I saw DeRozan go up and dunk at all was a long time ago. But that under the rim stuff, he's perfected.
All right, let's get our keys to the game. Find out what we thought.
Wildcats fans, how did today's keys to the game go for the Wildcats? Keys to the game are brought to you by the Royal Automotive Group. Royal Automotive, the dealership that is different.
Well, it starts there with Cousinard and Dante. I think that we really need to make sure that those guys are going to get theirs, but don't let Shelestad, Tracy, and Evans, the support guys, don't let those guys get going. I don't think Cousinard and Dante can do enough by themselves to beat you, but if you let Shelestad hit 4 or 5 threes and Tracy get a few dunks, things could be a lot different there. I believe we get in transition on these guys. Last game we played them 31-12 in transition points. I think get a lot of easy buckets against these guys because they'll take some chances and give you some opportunities there. And I think it's this time of the year where you got to continue to win with the bench. I think bench points will be big in this game because Oregon's deep, as Coach said, they bench is short. They don't really play a lot of guys that are effective scoring. So I think KJ and Krevis and also Bradley need to come out and play big.
Well, you got the bench. You won the bench points in this game, 16-6. Now, not the 32-3, which I believe you had in the game against USC, but it was Mr. Jackson Shelstad who did indeed come alive and hurt you in this one today.
Yeah, that's what I was, a little weary of. Is one of those guys waking up and knocking down some threes. I always worry about the three-point shooters because this team has had, again, some issues with that all year long and staying attached to these guys that knock down the threes.
I was next. Yeah, I agree with you on that one. I think the bench is going to be that's when the Wildcats, I think, have been very effective, man. When they get that production from the bench and you're not just relying on those 5 guys They've been able to win big. I'd like to maybe see again. I'll continue to state. I'd like to see maybe that be a little bit more Mo Krivas in some of these instances. He just has not necessarily been involved as much at the offensive end. Maybe when he gets in there, I know Kelvin said last night you missed those first few shots and they stopped going to you. Well, we get it into him, and hopefully he can make one or two of those first shots, and then he'll get some more opportunities to get touches in the game. I'd like to see more touches for Mo Krivas in that bench rotation, and also high hands in terms of defensively. Don't put N'Faly Dante on the line. Try to high hands. If he scores over you, he scores over you. But don't give him free throws because he's a very good free throw shooter. And those are easy buckets for him. So no easy buckets for N'Faly Dante in terms of putting him on the line and giving him free foul shots in this contest. And then again, I think also another thing that Kelvin said, transition. I think we've seen the Wildcats when they play well, they're able to get out, free-flowing offense, quick passes down the floor, identifying guys cutting down on the edges to get easy baskets down at the offensive end. Definitely want to see some more of that tonight to the tune of 22-plus. I'll call it 22-plus transition fast break points tonight. Yeah, Wildcats fell short of that with only 12. And the thing with Dante is, again, he's just very effective. I mean, he can score. He went 4 for 6 from the line. You look at what he gives you at the line for Oregon, 4 for 6 versus what Balo's giving you, 4 for 9 and missing 5. Those numbers add up at the end of the day for this Arizona ball club in a game like this.
For me, I think number one, just keep doing what you're doing. I think the defensive intensity, this is a top 5 national defensive team when they have it all together and everybody's on the same page. Really, really shut down USC the other day. Keep up that defensive intensity. That's going to get you a long way this time of year. Number 2, I think staying with their Oregon shooters. I think Dante is going to get his. The more concerned you are about putting 1 or 2 extra guys on Dante in the post, the more you're going to leave guys open. They get confidence. Doesn't matter who it is on that Oregon team. If a couple of shots start falling, that's a trouble. You start getting the crowd out of it, all those things. We know it's going to be partisan for Arizona. Just don't leave wide open shooters dealing with Dante too much on the post. And on the other side of the ball, I just think smart shot selection is going to be so key because Oregon's super desperate. They are not in the tournament. They need to win this game today. And so what they're going to be doing, guys, is those guys are going to be flying all over the court defensively. Kelvin made a great point, and DK as well. Very short bench, maybe one guy off the bench. But there's no tomorrow. So it doesn't matter what kind of energy you got at the end of this game. They're going to leave it all out there. It's the Arizona brand. They're going to bring that level of defensive intensity. So just, shot fakes, fake a pass. Don't get too sped up. Stay within your flow and be as calm as you possibly can in the eyes of all of that incredible defensive pressure they're going to see today. Good shot selection. That's my key to winning the game against Oregon today.
What do you think about the shot selection?
I think they had the right idea early. They went to Balo early. They tried to get 2 feet in the paint from the guards. The guards got blocked 3 times. Balo scored 4 consecutive buckets, and then they got happy from the outside, a lot of floater stuff. And, I think overall, I think it's very similar to the USC game. I just think untimely turnovers. And then, I love Caleb. I don't care what his numbers look like. And Caleb tries to shoot himself out of a stretch where the team hasn't scored, as scorers do. And sometimes if, Kelvin, you miss 3 consecutive threes, you make 2 of those 3 and the crowd goes crazy and everybody, you push the lead out to 20. You miss 2 in a row, get a couple of turnovers, Oregon comes back the other side and scores. That's what we saw. So I don't think the shot selection was bad. I just think you got to be a little bit more patient. And some of those shot fakes on those drives would have done them a world of good if they could have shot. Those guys were coming after every shot in the paint. So when the aggressive defense is like that, you just got to make sure that you head and shoulder fake, and then if anything, find the teammate, because you're going to get the defensive attention when you get in there.
2 feet.
There you go.
You have to play off 2 feet.
2 feet, yeah. Jump stop 2 feet, shoulder fake, ball fake. If you get 2 guys on you, if you get the guy, is 6 inches over you, just go ahead and find somebody else under the rim. But, yeah, overall, I don't think the shot selection was too bad, DK.
All right, those were our keys to the game.
Wildcats fans, that's a look at your keys to the game. They're brought to you by the Royal Automotive Group. Royal Automotive, the dealership that is different.
67-59, Oregon beats Arizona in the Pac-12 Conference semifinals. Ducks are in the final. We'll tell you shortly here who it looks like they're going to play as the second game of the day is coming down to the line. Kelvin, any final thoughts before we let you fly and head to the NCAA tournament?
Yeah, tough game, man. You hate to see the guys lose like this. Not being able to score and not being able to stop these guys in the second half. But I always say, man, it's something to learn. I mean, that's what you want. You need all your lessons because next week it's all about you have to win to keep advancing. So hopefully they get back again. Guys, talk to each other, talk this thing out and figure it out and get back on track.
Keep your head up.
Oh, you have to keep it up.
All right, Kelvin, we will talk to you on Thursday.
Yes, sir.
All right. Kelvin Efon, the captain, joining us. Before we get to break, K-Dub checks in on YouTube, and he says, happens every game, and our coach keeps allowing it to happen every game. That's what K-Dub says on YouTube. 67-59 is the final in favor of the Oregon Ducks. Let's get a break in here. Final break of the night. We'll come back. We'll do your scoreboard. We'll let you hear from Keyshawn Johnson as well as the folks that were in the interview room before we get out of here. 67-59 again. Ducks knock off the Wildcats. It's the Meridian Wealth Management postgame show brought to you by, on our Pac-12 road trip, by Picture Rocks Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing. We unfortunately, there was an issue with our interview with Ron Arenas, so we won't be hearing from him after the game tonight. I might see if I can maybe get him on the phone here. We might try to make that happen, get him on the phone and get some thoughts for him before we wrap up as well here tonight, since our interview did not pan out.
Maybe you can join us Sunday for the special.
That's possible. Yeah, we can maybe do that on Sunday as well. We'll take a break, come back. This is Wildcats Radio 1290.
This hour of the Meridian Wealth Management postgame show is brought to you by Humane Society of Southern Arizona, Lexus of Tucson, Nova Home Loans, Recon Auto Detail, Ride Now Power Sports Tucson, Tucson Police Department, Broadway in Tucson, Dave & Buster's Tucson, Dorado Rock, First Choice Pools, The Good Feet Store, Jack Furrier Tire and Auto Care, O'Reilly Chevrolet, Ram Plumbing, Restaurant Supply Store, Right Way Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing, Rocking KA Master Plan Community Design by Nature, University Termite and Pest Control. KCUB Tucson, a Cumulus media station. We have the Arizona Wildcats covered on game day like no one else. We are Wildcats Radio 1290.
Get the backyard you've always wanted with a custom pool from First Choice Pools. A backyard oasis built around you. First Choice is a full-service builder of beautiful in-ground pools and backyard designs for years of staycations. If you're ready to dive in, then visit TucsonPoolBuilder.com. Schedule now and get 3 months of full service free. First Choice Pools for installs, renovation, remodeling, and repair. Get started today at TucsonPoolBuilders.com. First Choice Pools, the first and only choice.
Does it feel like the price of everything is going up, up, up? We can't control the price of gas or groceries, but at Royal Buick GMC, we never add market adjustments, even while other dealers add fees because inventory is limited. At Royal Buick GMC, you can rest assured you won't pay market adjustments, and we stand by our transparent online pricing. Royal Buick GMC, the dealership that's different. OAC plus tax, title, license, dealer installed options, and $529 doc fee. Royal Buick GMC in the Auto Mall and at RoyalTucson.com.
Do you often worry you left the garage door open? With a LiftMaster garage door opener powered by MyQ, you'll never worry again. You can control, secure, and monitor your garage from your smartphone anytime from anywhere through the MyQ app. As an authorized LiftMaster dealer, we have smart openers designed for your needs, including belt drive motors for ultra-quiet operation, integrated camera for live video streaming, and battery backup that lets you in when the power is out.
Kaiser Garage Doors and Gates is your authorized local LiftMaster dealer. Visit KaiserDoor.com for more information. Experiencing the natural wonders comes easy at Rock & K. Nestled at the base of the Rincon Mountain foothills. Enjoy stunning mountain views up close every day. Hit the community trails, explore local parks like Saguaro National and Colossal Cave, and mingle at private Diamond Community Park events. In the top-rated Vail School District, Rock & K is close to work, shopping, and services. Tour 11 different model homes by top-tier builders, offering move-in ready homes and special incentives. Live RockandK.com. Designed by Nature, proud U of A radio broadcast sponsor.
Tired of dry, itchy skin? Have mineral buildup at every faucet. Ram Plumbing's affordable, green, eco-friendly water softener and alkalized purification systems are built right here in our great state of Arizona and use a fraction of the wastewater as their competitors. Want soft water, non-chlorinated, or the best alkalized drinking water? You can trust Ram Plumbing to be your one-stop shop. Ask about their Water Taste Challenge. 40th year anniversary savings, up to $500 off water systems and $40 off any service. If your plumbing's in trouble, call Ram on the double.
As Arizona's leading personal injury law firm for more than 30 years, Goldberg & Osborne agrees. Bear down, Arizona, with offices statewide, including 5 in Tucson and Southern Arizona. The Eagle gives you home court advantage. More than 1,800 5-star Google reviews prove Goldberg & Osborne makes the right play in any situation. So, after any accident, let the attorneys voted best personal injury law firm get you the settlement you deserve. It's a slam dunk. Goldberg & Osborne, 1-800-THE Eagle.
Here's an important message from University Termite and Pest Control. The weather is cooler here, and so pests are seeking alternative housing. Do you need a professional? University Termite and Pest Control has been serving Tucson since 1974. You can be assured University Termite and Pest Control will keep you pest-free using the most responsible products and application methods. 28 school districts, 3 hospitals, 2 colleges, 1 university, and thousands of homeowners trust University Termite and Pest Control for the past 50 years. You can too. University Termite and Pest Control. Find us online at bepestfree.com.
Most financial advisors I know have had a moment in their career where they thought, with more control, I would do things differently for my client's sake. This is Natalie Fernandez with Meridian Wealth Management, and our firm was created by advisors with the understanding that we need flexibility, control, and decision-making power to create the best experience for our clients. If you're an advisor interested in learning more about our growing firm, call me at 719-1433 to talk more today.
Advisory services provided by Meridian Wealth Management, a registered investment advisor.
The Meridian Wealth Management postgame show continues on the home of Arizona men's basketball. Wildcats Radio 1290.
Larson with the ball for the Wildcats. Lob it into Big O, and Ballo slams it home for 2. Excellent out-of-bounds play for the Wildcats.
Umar Ballo just continues to play at a high level. 5 for 5 from the floor. He did go just 4 for 9 from the line, though. 14 points, 12 rebounds, 5 block shots in the game for Big Umar Ballo. He was the highlight for sure tonight in a 67-59 loss to the Oregon Ducks. The guards, again, just struggled to shoot the basketball. Caleb Love, your starters, Caleb Love, Kylan Boswell, Pella Larson combined to go 6 for 23 in this game from the floor and 4 for 15 from 3. And adding KJ Lewis, who went 0 for 3, and it was just not a good shooting night for the guards. And we all know guards win and lose games at this level, at this time of year. And the Wildcats, if they are going to go deep, are going to need to have much better performances from their guards moving forward. All right, let's hear the final segment of the show. Let's hear from J-Dub. Can we go with Keshad first here?
Yeah, whatever you want to do.
All right, let's hear from Keshad Johnson after the ball game in the locker room.
You know, social media is really a fake place, you know. It's a fake place that's so real, but the group of guys that we got and the love for each other is bigger than social media. We know what we got inside our team. We know the love that we play with each other, so everybody going to have their say-sos, the media, the critics, everybody going to say what they got to say, but we can't focus on none of that. You know, everybody entitled to their own opinion. We just got to prove everybody wrong if they got something negative to say.
You guys went through that 10-minute drought there into the first half, second half. But what was happening there that you guys weren't able to get good looks?
You know, our shots wasn't falling. We got a couple of good looks. You know, a lot of makeable shots that we made all year. You know, in March things happen. You know, we just got to come out and try to find another way. We got to get more stops on the defensive end. You know, a lot of times you're not gonna be able to win a game on the offense alone. rarely do you ever win games with offense alone. So we just got to keep trying to make it hard on the defensive end. Kudos to Cousineau, Shellstead, Dante, making a lot of great offensive plays. When we try to make it hard on them, they find a way to put the ball in a hoop. So, coming up in March, we're just going to go back to the drawing boards and try not to let it happen again.
Did you feel like they got a boost when Dante came back in the game?
Any team will get a boost when one of their brothers come back into the game, it was visible that they got a boost, but we couldn't worry about that. We just got to keep doing what we was doing.
Umar was 5 for 5. I mean, were there just not opportunities maybe in the second half to get him the ball down low to maybe try to keep that going?
With the way we play Arizona basketball, we're going to try to find anybody. We're going to try to find any advantage that we could. So if we missed them a couple of times, there had to been a reason for them. Maybe they switched up something on their defensive end. We always going to try to find each other. We got our brothers back.
What was tough, obviously, when Kylan and Caleb aren't hitting? What's tough about this offense and trying to find points in it when those guys aren't hitting?
It's nothing tough. We got great offensive players everywhere. We want them to take the shot. There's been a lot of shots that's been wide open. They made tough shots. Throughout the year. So we trust them. There's nothing else more to that one.
What's the realization now in terms of what you want to focus on in these days leading up to, I would imagine, next Thursday?
Positive vibes. Short-term memory loss, putting this game behind us and just focusing on our culture, focusing on our brotherhood, and not letting another game like this happen again.
Thanks, Keyshawn.
Yes, sir.
The Pac-12 scoreboard is brought to you by Mesquite Valley Growers. Mesquite Valley Growers. Real growers, real experience, real nursery.
It is going to be in the Pac-12 Conference Championship game, Colorado versus Oregon. The Buffaloes knock off number 22 Washington State. And the other semifinal game here tonight that has just gone final. And it was 58-52 in favor of the Buffaloes. 13 points for Tristan Da Silva tonight. 12 points for Javon Hadley in that game. 16 for KJ Simpson. As the Buffaloes get the win tonight over at Washington State. The Cougars were led by Isaac Jones, who had 13 points. That'll be a 6 o'clock game here tomorrow night in Las Vegas for the Pac-12 Conference Tournament Championship and the automatic bid to the NCAA tournament. We'll give you some other scores in the top 25. Houston beat Texas Tech 82-59, the number 1 team in the country, so they're going to the Big 12 championship final. No real other upsets, it appears. UConn, number 2, wins over St. John's in the Big East semifinals. Purdue, number 3, wins over Michigan State by 5 in the Big Ten quarterfinals. Tennessee, as J-Dub mentioned earlier tonight, lost in the SEC quarterfinals to Mississippi State by 17.
They got shellacked.
Points. Yeah. Iowa State is in the Big 12 championship game. So the Big 12 championship game will be Iowa State against Houston in Kansas City. That, again, will be a conference we'll be going to. That's the number 1 team in the country and the number 7 team in the country. Number 9, Kentucky loses in the SEC quarterfinals to Texas A&M, 97-87. So, again, it's not easy to win this time of year. Number 12, Auburn blows out number 15, South Carolina by 31 in the SEC quarterfinals today.
Crimson Tide lost too.
Yeah, and Crimson Tide, that's the last one on the list here, falls to Florida 102-88 in the SEC tournament quarterfinals. So never easy to get it done at this time of year. Let's real quick. Go ahead, G-Deb. I think you were going to say something.
I was just going to reiterate that idea that, other teams wanted to, DK. You know what I mean? Like there's a level of disappointment from fans all over the country when their teams lose. And, sometimes it's self-inflicted and sometimes it's just because, the other team goes crazy from the outside. You didn't expect Tennessee to get blown out by 12-loss Mississippi State today, but it happens.
Bad night on the diamond for Arizona as the softball team falls to Washington 13-2. That was at Hillenbrand Stadium in the Pac-12 opener season opener, Pac-12 season opener for the softball Cats. They fall by 11. And baseball also losing tonight as Arizona State wins 3-2 at High Corbett Field. They got a run on the top of the ninth to beat the Wildcats tonight in the opener as well, weekend opener in that Territorial Cup series. Now, we are going to be carrying Arizona baseball the next 2 days. We'll get into that shortly here before we sign off. But I want you to go hear from the Wildcats after this loss in the interview room. Tommy Lloyd, it was Tommy Lloyd, Jaden Bradley, and Pella Larson after a 67-59 loss to Oregon.
Hey, we just didn't need to get it done today. I mean, you got to give Oregon credit. I mean, they did a great job hanging in that game and dealing with some adversity. I mean, it's unfortunate for them. Their best player or one of their better players goes down early in the game, but that kid showed some character and some toughness to come back in, and obviously he was a big difference in the game. And we had opportunities early to extend a lead, and we didn't. And then we had opportunities in the second half to make a run, and we didn't. So, when you don't, that's the result. So I tip my hat to Oregon and Dana Altman. They did a good job, and they were the deserving team today.
Okay, we'll go ahead and open up to questions. We'll start here in the middle of Steve.
Yeah, Tommy, in the second half, they out-rebounded you by 10. You made a run, but can you talk about, and there were also a few turnovers that were probably not needed. Can you talk about those situations where you had a chance but just couldn't?
Yeah, I mean, they did a good job playing defensively with their hands, and they got their hands on a lot of balls where we maybe had a slight advantage, and they were able to use their hands to knock the ball loose, and those are good defensive plays. And then on the glass, we just kind of got a little bit stagnant on offense, and guys were standing around, and when that happens, it's usually hard to offensive rebound, and so they were able to control the glass at that end. And then defensively, they were getting downhill, into our chest, and and then you shoot those shots, they're hard rebounds. And traditionally, we've been really good at rebounding those close little floaters and stuff like that, and we just couldn't seem to corral one today.
Over here on the far left, second row.
Yeah, Tommy Ray Cervantes with Camp Student Radio. During the time that Dante was out in the first half, you guys were able to make a double-digit lead, but with his return, there was a few offensive struggles that led to a 9-minute field goal drought that extended in both halves. Why was his presence able to disrupt the offense so much compared to the first two games?
Well, we just got stagnant. We got a little bit stagnant, and then generally that's not us. When it happened, and then maybe we had a few shots we hope we usually make, and we didn't, and then he was kind of a force around the basket protecting the rim and kind of erased a couple layups, and maybe that got in the back of some of our guys' heads, but he gets credit. I mean, he gets credit. They run their little matchup to man zone defense pretty well, and tonight it worked.
On the right, third row.
Ben Parker, CardinalSports.com, Rivals Network. Tommy, Jackson Shelton had a couple of really difficult threes, kind of going ISO. From your perspective, as trying to defend that, was that just a case of him making good shots, or do you feel you guys could have defended him better in those situations?
I'll probably err on the side of him making good shots. I think they made a couple of shot threes at the end of a shot clock, and that's the recipe for an upset. You keep the game close, make a timely run, make a few threes at the end of a shot clock. That seems to be a common theme, especially against us. So, yeah, we probably could go back and hope we would defend it a little bit better. But, those are big-time shots by a big-time player.
Staying on the right side with Jason.
Tommy, this is the third game in a row where Caleb's kind of struggled a little bit. What do you attribute it, and what would you like to see from him kind of to break out of it?
Well, Caleb's had a great season, and, we've tried to do the best we can to lighten the load on him and make sure, he knows he belongs with us, and we love him. We love that guy, and, he just hasn't played well, but the one thing I know about him, he's high character, he's tough, he's a fighter, and I expect him to come back full force next week.
Back of the room on the left.
Yeah, Tommy, just with Kylan, it's been trouble to get him a lot of catch and shoots in these two games here in Las Vegas. How do you do that more?
Well, I mean, the number one way, there's two ways you get catch and shoots. One, you move the ball. And two, you got to hunt them. I think Kylan's having some opportunities that I'm seeing that maybe he's shot faking himself out of a little bit, but hey, those are Kylan's decision to make. You trust your players to make decisions they're comfortable with and shoot shots they can feel like making. So, we'll take a look at that. But, Kylan shooting the ball is usually a really good weapon for us. So hopefully we'll get more of that going forward.
All the way in the back in the middle.
Tommy, Matt Reynolds with KVOA in Tucson. Season low shot attempts for you guys. First time that you have not put up 50 shots in a game this season. What do you attribute that to?
Well, turnovers and a slow pace. Once they were able to kind of get the game at their pace, in that lead, they were able to kind of shorten the game, and that's what good coaching that'll do. So, credit goes to them, but we're going to have to take a deep look at that because, definitely we definitely want to get more shot attempts than 50.
Far right, front row.
Coach, Cuisinart's had some great games against Arizona. Is there something in particular about his style of game?
Well, he's a physical guard that can get downhill, and he's confident going downhill and attacking our bigs in that ball screen coverage, and he's got the experience and the size to do it, and he's hit some tough shots. So he's a really good player. Obviously that's something we got to look at going forward, and see if we can have maybe a plan B up our sleeve.
Back left, Bruce.
Tommy and the guys, I wonder, there is a theory that maybe because you're kind of locked into that number 2, losing isn't that bad tonight, or do you feel like some of these things you're talking about kind of outweigh
Well,
that?
we're a program that competes for championships. So, obviously we came here and we got a great fan base, and, we wanted to perform for them. And, we weren't able to, but, as true competitors, we got to keep our head high and go back and understand, that the greatest challenges lie ahead. And those going to be an amazing opportunity. And the one thing I know about the character of our program is the guys respond, and I'm looking forward to seeing their response.
Front row right here.
You said that you made it after the USC loss. You said that it could have been a gift. But USC, do you think there's a similar mentality heading into the tournament?
Well, for sure. We're going to have to treat it as that. When you play the hand you're dealt, and obviously we would have loved to win today and win tomorrow, but that didn't happen. So I can't live in an alternative universe. So we're going to go back and take a look at things, and I love this group of guys. We've had an amazing journey together, and I'm expecting the best times are ahead.
Again, back to Bruce and back left.
Just to kind of follow up on that, do you guys feel in general, maybe in a way, in a good place going in the tournament, and that you're healthy, you get an extra day of rest here, and some things to kind of stew on over the next 5 days?
For sure. We're going to try to take advantage of all those opportunities. That's, like I said, we're playing the hand we're dealt, and a loss, it was the unfortunate hand we were dealt today.
Back right.
For either players, Sean Mahoney, 13 News. We talked about, obviously, under Tommy, you guys haven't lost any back-to-back games. You just had the question about the gift of USC. Is there something for either of you that you can take from this game moving into March, and how do you feel about the group and how response, like Tommy said?
Yeah, they came out more aggressive first 4 minutes, second half. We had moments to put the game away a little bit more. In the first half, we didn't, and they out-rebounded us.
Second row on the right, Jason.
Kind of a two-parter. Tommy, Umar didn't take a shot attempt in the second half. What do you attribute that to?
Well, we got to help him. We got to help him find his opportunities. It's tough. We have a lot of success when he's up setting ball screens, and we have some success when he's down low posting up. And today maybe he got caught a little bit in between some of those. And he got the ball inside. On dump downs and little things like that. A number of times today. He's got to take advantage of the opportunities he gets. But getting him the ball more in better position is something we can definitely take a look at.
And then next one for the players or for you. Do you just assume at this point of the year, based on the last 3-4 games, that teams are just always going to kind of throw a zone or just throw a bunch of different looks at you guys?
Yeah, definitely. Teams are looking at our zone offense and kind of seeing that we're struggling, but coach is doing a great job putting in a plan. So these next couple of days, we got to figure out how we're going to attack the zones from now on.
And last one here in the back left.
For Jaden and Pella, what do you guys believe the uptick in turnovers is a result of?
A lot of sloppy plays. I had a few on my end today where we are just trying to make hard plays when we don't need to. We have so many good players that we don't really have to try to make hard plays. We just take the easy ones and good things will follow. So, just poor decision making, I think.
Coach gives, all of us a lot of freedom, and I think we got as players, we got to do a better job of taking care of the ball. Turnovers, we got to limit those to help us win games for more possessions of offense.
Great. Thank you. Appreciate your time.
All right, that's the players, Jaden Bradley and Pella Larson, after the ball game in the interview room, along with head coach Tommy Lloyd. Arizona falls to the Oregon Ducks 67-59 in the Pac-12 tournament semifinals. The Ducks will take on Colorado in the championship game. That'll be Saturday night at 6 p.m. here at the T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas. The first loss in the Pac-12 tournament for Tommy Lloyd. He is now 7-1. Next stop, the NCAA tournament for this Arizona Wildcats men's basketball team. J-Dub, any final thoughts from you before we wrap it up?
I guess all I'll say, DK, is that as long as they keep their heads up and look in a mirror and figure out, what it is that each individual can do, I have no doubt that, that they're definitely one of the strongest teams in the country and have every bit as chance to cut the nets down after the NCAA tournament is all said and done. It's just up to them. And there's so many upperclassmen on this team. It's really up to those guys to bring everybody together. But more than anything, this is not a sad day. They won the conference. You got to keep your head up. You got everything to play for moving forward. Just stay positive. That's the biggest important thing after a game like this. Just stay positive. Keep moving forward. There's a lot more games to play.
All right, let's let you know what we've got coming up. We're not done this weekend. We've got a few things that are happening. We are going to shift now to Arizona baseball. The Wildcats, we mentioned, lost tonight to Arizona State 3-2 at High Corbett Field in the first game of the Territorial Cup Series to the Arizona State Sun Devils. With no more basketball, we will carry the final two games of that series right here on Wildcats Radio 1290. So we've got Arizona baseball coming up for you tomorrow night. That'll be a 5 o'clock first pitch, 5:05 first pitch at High Corbett Field, game 2 of that 3-game series. Our coverage here will begin at 4:50. 4:50 you can have Arizona baseball against ASU. That will be Saturday night here, I should say not here, but in Tucson at High Corbett Field. We'll also have Sunday's game coming up for you, which is a 4 o'clock game, the final game of that 3-game Territorial Cup Series set. That'll be a 4 o'clock game with coverage beginning at 3:50. Now, on Sunday, we will also have an NCAA tournament special for you from 3 o'clock to 3:50. So we'll be on the air at 3 o'clock when the selection show begins. We'll find out what the seating is for the Arizona Wildcats, where they are going, and hopefully maybe have a few comments for you from that. We'll talk to Brian Jeffries that day as well, get his thoughts on the selection, and we'll take you right up until baseball at 3:50. So
Speaking of Brian Jeffries,
Yes.
No listeners, he's not going to take a Learjet back here and broadcast the 2 baseball games. Brody Dryden, who used to work here at our station, is going to be on the call for these 2 games tomorrow and Sunday here on Wildcats Radio 1290.
Outstanding. Looking forward to hearing Brody call those games coming up this weekend. Also on Freedom 1400 KTUC, we will have the continuation of the Arizona softball series with the Washington Huskies. We mentioned that the ladies lost in their series opener tonight, but we will also have those 2 games for you on Freedom 1400 Saturday and Sunday. All Arizona softball this season, as in the past, will be on Freedom 1400. So they'll take on the number 7 Huskies tomorrow at 4 o'clock. Coverage on Freedom 1400 with Derek Palmer begins at 3:50, and then on Sunday at 11:50 for a 12:05 first pitch in the series finale there. Huskies won tonight in 6 innings in a run rule, 13-2 over the Wildcats. And we will also find out Sunday night the placement for the Arizona women's basketball team. If they do indeed get selected to play in the NCAA tournament, we'll find that out as well on Sunday night. Potentially also, if they don't, they'll likely get a bid in the women's NIT. So we'll tell you all about that on Sunday and Monday. Thanks to everybody that was a part of these broadcasts tonight. We had J.W. Madden, we had A.J. Camacho, we had Herb Crow as well, working the boards on the FM side. And as always, most of all, thanks to you for listening. Again, your final score in the Pac-12 Conference semifinals here in Las Vegas at the T-Mobile Arena. It was the Oregon Ducks 67, the Arizona Wildcats, the number 6 team in the country, 59. Arizona now on the season falls to 25-8 as they await their NCAA tournament bid. For Calvin Efon, for JW Madden, I'm David Kelly. Have a great rest of your weekend. Again, I said we'll talk to you on Sunday with the NCAA selection show. Until that time, bear down, Arizona.
This is the Meridian Wealth Management postgame show on the home of Arizona men's basketball. Wildcats Radio 1290.
The IRS is the most powerful collection agency on earth, and if you owe back taxes, the news isn't good. The IRS is raising the interest rate it charges.